Missing is a new missing persons mystery movie that is directed by Nick Johnson and Meryl something. I can't remember the other guy's name. These guys were editors on a film that came out in 2018 that was called Searching. And Searching and Missing follow very similar premises. They're basically movies that are filmed using social media and apps and cameras and stuff like that. They're like found footage, but like on a expanded technological level. However, this film is not a direct sequel to that one. It's more of like a spiritual sequel to that movie, and it stars Storm Reid. It stars Nia Long. Storm Reid plays this kid named June, and after her mother disappears after a vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, she tries to exhaust all measures of technology at her fingertips to find her mother, and unfortunately finds a lot of international red tape is getting in the way. But then as she continues to investigate and try to find her mother, she starts finding out some information about her mother that might change the way she views her mother. And now all of a sudden it's a mystery where she's not only trying to find her mother, but she's also trying to figure out what kind of life her mother led. I was a big fan of Searching. I think that film stars John Cho. It was a really well-made film. That was one of my favorite films of 2018. It's a film that I didn't think that I would have much interest in. I mean, pretty much every shot in the movie is from a screen recording or from a laptop camera or from FaceTiming or something like that. And after a while, you can maybe look at that as a gimmick and say maybe that's getting old. It's all about the execution and how it's pulled off. The editing really helps with a movie like that, keeping things tight, transitioning, stuff like that, going from app to app. And I gotta say, Missing also executed this premise really well. There is a difference I can draw between the two films, is that Missing, it does feel like there's a little bit more that's been put into the mystery, but I think that's actually one of the best things about the movie. This is an engaging, engrossing mystery that really keeps you on the edge of your seat. This movie has a habit of jerking the rug out from under your feet. It subverts your expectations in really good ways. So I gotta praise the mystery and the writing for this movie, because it's definitely a really engaging story and you wouldn't expect it to turn out the way that it turned out. Storm Reid is on screen in this movie for like 95% of the film, and if she is not good in this movie, most of the rest of the movie would fall apart, if I'm just being honest. Putting aside my usual thirst for Nia Long is in this movie for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I mean, she's pretty good in the time that she's in the movie. Make no mistake about it, this is Storm Reid's film, and emotionally, she carries this thing on her spinal column. A lot of scenes where she has to interact with all of these apps, and she's not really interacting with people. Like, she's interacting with people, but it's through a computer screen or something like that, or it's through a telephone screen. So she has to carry a lot of scenes emotionally in this film, and she does such an outstanding job. She's such an engrossing character to get attached to. She connects through an app to this other person in another country who's trying to help her track down some clues in Colombia. And I thought that relationship had a little bit more depth and a little bit more development to it than I would have expected. The editing is on point in the movie like this. Stylistically, I like the way they were able to pull off the transitioning between all of these different apps, all of these different social media services and technology, laptops, phones. This is clearly part of some we lost some shit cinematic universe. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised if the next movie is called Found It. You've got Searching, you've got Missing, you've got Found It. The prequel is most definitely gonna be I Lost It. Just saying, if they want to call it the Lost My Shit or Lost Some Shit cinematic universe, I'm here all week. You guys can hit me up. Hollywood, you know, my contact information is in the description below. As far as issues with the film, I do think sometimes you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit with a movie like this, and there are some little conveniences that pop up that do take you out of the movie a little bit. A lot of the conveniences have to do with the sheer amount of technology that's at everybody's fingertips and the way you're able to easily access stuff that doesn't feel like you would be able to easily access. Storm Reid is on her laptop more than her phone in this movie. Some part of that just kind of registered in my brain as feeling a little bit weird. Granted, this is the world that we live in now, so it's kind of one of those, it's realistic, but how realistic is it type of thing. You know how they say that there's a pill for everything? Well, there's definitely an app for everything. I think that's the new thing, and it just feels a little bit too convenient at times. This movie does have a very familiar premise, a very familiar gimmick as far as filming the movie through social media app and laptop cameras and stuff like that, so you might get tired of that. Overall, I had a really fun time with Missing. I don't think it's gonna reinvent the wheel or anything when it comes to this genre, but it doesn't really have to. All it needs to do is tell an engaging story and keep you entertained, and this movie did that for me. Missing was a really fun time at the movies, a really good mystery. I'm gonna leave this one in the Silver Age for Man of Steel. Those are my thoughts on Missing. I want you guys to rate yourselves as far as detectives go. Like, how good of a detective are you if you had to use social media to investigate something? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel. Stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.